Hey guys, it's Sean back with a new series. As I mentioned earlier, solo free-to-play on regular server was too much of a grind and it got way too sweaty, and I simply didn't have the time or energy for that anymore. So we're starting a brand new adventure here on Reboot. I know a lot of you will say that Reboot is going to be grindy, but come on, do you really think you'll be more of a grind than playing free-to-play completely solo on the regular servers? I don't think so. In saying that, I'm not going to be doing this completely alone. I'm just going to play the game how I enjoy it without any restrictions, and my friends had already offered to carry me through the bosses like Hard Lucid, Hard Will, so I should be able to get my arcane armor pretty easily, hopefully. Honestly, I was a bit nervous releasing this series because I know a few of you won't like the fact that I'm just getting carried through. But hey, I can't please everyone, and I thought more people would appreciate just seeing more content in general. The only restriction I'm placing onto myself in this series is to just not play as sweaty as before. During my old series, it was getting pretty ridiculous. I was literally refusing to go out and hang out with my friends in real life because I felt the need to do my dailies and make content. So this time round, I'm gonna try to not commit as much. I just want to take it a bit easy and find a balance between gaming and my real life activities. My aim in this adventure is to try get to Black Mage and liberate a Genesis weapon on the journey to level 275. I'm not sure how feasible this will be, but I think it'll be a fun journey. Most importantly, in this series, I'm not going to be the one doing the video editing. I feel like I burnt out harder in the free-to-play series because of all the video editing I had to do on top of the dailies, on top of everything I was doing in real life, so I found someone to do the video editing for me. My format for this series will also be very different to my free-to-play series. I'll mostly just do voiceover separate to the clips, and also you can see my full VOD for each episode in this series on my VOD channel, Sean VOD. So I'll try to make each episode a bit more interesting with just the main points. And for those of you who wanted to know exactly all the dailies or anything I did, you can just watch the VOD channel. Anyways, the worst thing about this new adventure here is that I have to redo my legions and link skills. Again. I actually considered just skipping this completely. But at the time of this script, it was March 2023, and I decided to not make a new main until the next Hyper Terror Burning event, which is thought to be in June, so that gives us about 3 months to just chill. I decided to voluntarily grind some link meals during this downtime, only when I just feel like chilling out and training. But this plan changed after I saw the changes to boss carries on Reboot in KMS, so I rushed to start my main character halfway through. Which means I probably started at the worst time ever with absolutely no burning events or anything that can help me train faster. Lovely. So now let me introduce you all my characters on Reboot up to now. Ope. I was actually going to main a bishop in Reboot by job changing this guy from an Ice Lightning Mage to a bishop later, and I was actually going to play without making Reboot content at all on YouTube. I created this character at the start of this month and grinded him to level 120, but then realized how slow training would be. And also, I just decided to make this into a YouTube series, so I kinda just ditched him here. Pokeboy. I think it's common knowledge now that Evans are the best link skill class for training, so I made this guy for his juicy link skill. I actually don't mind Evans as a class, probably my favorite to train between Mercedes, Evans and Iran. His skills feel smooth to me and the animations are nice. We trained him to level 70 and then came the announcement that boss carries on Reboot will require 5% damage dealt, so I completely stopped him to start my bishop. And now, welcome to the main character of this series. Not Sean Bob, the Bishop. I could have continued with Ope, but I didn't like the name, so I decided to just start again. Instead of job changing from Ice Lightning Mage to Bishop, I just decided to play the Bishop class all the way through. We got to level 90 after grinding for a really long time. I trained on the usual training spots, and I think it took about 5 hours to get here. If only this was regular server, I would have used my training gear and all my EXP buffs, but whatever. After I hit level 92 as Sandrats, my friend Dave popped up and was like, "Yo, do you want a Czak carry?" I was like, "Alright, bet." And he just blew Czak up right in front of me. Okay, but with that, we got our Enraged Zakum cape and both boss accessories from Zakum. Let's keep on going. I just mostly stayed at Sandrats until level 100 after that. I attempted Zakum at level 98 and did absolutely no damage, so I left before I died and lost all my buffs. Anyways, we get our 4th job advancement finally, and now we can start sort of playing the game. First, we equip some items that we've been getting from our journey so far. Our Chaos Zakum helmet and some boss accessories. Grinding to level 140 after was pretty depressing. Our damage was so low that it would literally take like 5 hits to defeat the monsters. What the heck? I thought bishops were meant to be OP. At least the MVP buffs made this grind a bit more bearable because that was essentially a free 50% EXP buff, and in Reboot server, people are kind enough to cast every 10 minutes or so. We held on and made it to level 140 in the end after defeating countless gatekeepers, moon bunnies and goblins. Moon bunnies and goblins actually drop pencilly equips which will come in handy for training soon, so I picked them up in hopes to find some with good flames. I actually streamed this grind on Twitch and I'm planning on streaming weekly when I can, so come join me here if you're free. After we got to level 140, we could finally equip the pencilly equips that we've been picking up all this time. My plan here is to train using the pencilly equips and boss accessories for the extra damage to rush to level 180 as soon as we can, which will help us unlock bosses with better rewards like Golux and Chaos Root Abyss. Pencilly equips are nice because their set effect increases our damage on normal monsters, and we could use these as transfer hammer fodders later on after we get our Chaos Root Abyss equips. I opened up the Reboot gift box for 50 mil, and with that, I got 3% int on most of my equips with all the free cubes we've gotten so far, and got them all up to 10 stars. With the 3 epic potential scrolls I got, I used them on my weapon, secondary and emblem to get 6% magic attack on them. After that, I unlocked the Root Abyss bosses. This is because, in order to unlock the Chaos Root Abyss bosses, we need to beat the Root Abyss bosses 5 times and get to level 180, so I wanted to get started with the first part of this requirement. I attempted Von Bon right after I completed the pre-quest, but this stupid chicken took so long that I didn't really want to fight the other bosses, so I decided to leave this till later when I could get one of my friends to carry me. So instead, I just trained a bit more to level 145. With our new gear now, the grind wasn't as bad, and we could actually 3 or 4 hit the Skele Dragons. I was helping my friend Andy unlock his second familiar slot. He hasn't played in a while, so needed some refreshing, but that requires unlocking 1 badge. So then thought that I might as well just unlock it 2 now while this is on my mind. So I unlocked the starter badge and the second familiar slot. After that, I trained to level 157 in Leafree just against the Skele Dragons in the Star Force maps. It was pretty chill, and even though it was a bit slow, I didn't mind it too much. Probably the best grinding experience up to now. Andy was kind enough to carry me through the rest of the Root Abyss bosses today, which means I've cleared my first ever set of Root Abyss on this account. 4 more days of this left, and 23 more levels to go until I can get my Chaos Root Abyss equips. To finish this first video in this series, I grinded off the Star Force maps on Koning Tower and the Zakum Arms to get this guy to level 160. Here are my stats and equips up to now. The Spirit of Pendant really helped me with EXP, and I have the usual pencilly equips and boss accessories, and of course, my epic potential weapon, secondary and emblem. My goal in the next episode is to get a D Seeder's earring and Silver Blossom ring from Horntail, and also a Royal Black Metal shoulder from Normal Magnus. Hopefully I can get someone to carry me through this. Anyways, to wrap up, I'm excited about this journey, and although I know you guys really enjoy watching me suffer, I don't really have the time or dedication to grind through like the way I used to, so I'm just chilling and letting myself get carried for most of the early to mid game bosses. There's definitely going to be times where I need to start grinding to get more cubes and star forcing attempts, but I think for now, my focus is on leveling up my character to unlock more equips that I can start working on. Anyways, if you've enjoyed this video and want to watch this progression, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel to join me on this journey. There's going to be a lot more to come. And of course, if you want to watch the full VOD to this series, then check out my VOD channel, which will be linked in the description below. As always, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Thanks!